Luke 12 verse 49.
Right.
I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled?
Right, so I come to set fire on the earth, yo. And what will I if it be already kindled? Right, because you know when it make my appearance is right when the missiles have dropped, yo. So the fire I go already start. Right? And the war get even hotter than that, you know, after that, yo, because our remaining nation are gonna come up to fight against the Lord, yo. Right? And you know what? Your fighter jets are gonna shoot out of the sky like flies, yo. Right, the scripture say, I think Ezra say even though them fear, them still fight.
30 and 4. It's 2 Corinthians 13, start of verse. Start of verse 3 says, and I beheld and lo, that man walked strong with the thousands of heaven, and when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when they feeleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the earth to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. But I would have seen the regional place where the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid.
And I can say this. This is not gonna be like the movie Independence Day. Right? Just know that this is not gonna be like the movie Independence Day. Right? You're not gonna see the chariot come in and then somehow Will Smith I go fly one nuclear bomb in the heart and blow it up. And you know them are going happy and okay. Right? That is not what is gonna happen. The scripture said everyone that stood before him was burned with fire. Right? Go ahead.
Says, and verse 8 again says, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, and yet dared fight.
He said they were so afraid, but yet they fight. Right? Why them still fight? Because the Lord putting in them hearts to still fight, yo. Right? Because you know what? We have to understand, you know, the Lord, Yahweh, the Most High Yahweh is an architect, right? And is a better writer than Steven Spielberg, right? You need to know that. So, just like what happened with Pharaoh, where Lord had Pharaoh heart, so he could have not let go the people of Israel, so he could have bring the plagues upon him, right? You know, just make it play out. You know, rather than make it play out for showing power. Let me say it better. Rather than just make Pharaoh just releasing people, you can tell Moses, say, listen, you're going to go to Pharaoh, and Pharaoh is not going to release my people. Right? So, and he's going to bring the plagues upon them. Now, the same thing with Esau. He's going to come, Esau going to know them can't win, but just to the show, the most I going to put breathing in their heart, let them fight you. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm going to take a piece of
this
because we just say with the Independence Day and thing, with the narrative, he saw run that narrative, man. A film movie that same right, the narrative, not how it forgot.
Yeah, for much film.
But
you know.
this is the most high movie, man. See? As I've been saying, it says Isaiah 46 and 9, it says, remember the former things of old, for I am Yahweh.
Right.
And there is none else.
Right.
I am Yahweh.
Right.
And there is none like me.
Right. He said, I am Yahweh and there's Yahweh and there is none like me, yo. Right. Then there's none of you can come up against him, yo. Right. As brother said, this is not Esau's narrative where him basically see the one we're more technically advanced than him.
Yeah.
We're smarter than him. You know, they have it up and them catch them by surprise. They have it jump everything and Esau still win.
Yeah.
No, brother, this is not that movie. Go ahead.
It says, declaring the end from the beginning.
Right.
And from ancient things.
Right.
Ancient times.
From ancient times. Salakia. The things that are not yet done,
Right.
saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
Right. And I will do all my pleasure. Right. And it's going to be a pleasure, you know, to wipe out you people, yo. It'll be a pleasure for the Lord to wipe you. It'll be a pleasure for us. Matter of fact, it'll be a pleasure for every other nation on the earth except for Edom. Right, the scripture say when the wicked are in rule, the people mourn.
Done.
Saying, and right now the whole earth are mourning under you, yo.
Hey, that's why there's so much protesting going on over the world, man.
Right.
Rioting all them stuff, man.
In Isaiah, it say I think he said the Syrians and Lebanon. He said if ever since find it for me, Isaiah 14, said no man has come up against us.
So Isaiah 14, and I start at verse 5 said,
Right.
the Lord had broken the staff of the wicked
Right.
and the scepter of the rulers.
Done.
He who smote the people in wrath with
Right.
a continual stroke,
Right.
he that ruleth the nation, rule the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hinder it.
Right, because them ruling nations in anger, yo. Right, the people in the Middle East can't have no rest. Right, and not only them, because they've been doing things to other people and hide it over time, yo. For example, what them do to Bishop in the Caribbean, what them do to Panama, right, all my pressure, Maduro, Venezuela, right, or what them do to Cuba, right, what them do to the Gadites in America, what them do to the so-called Arak, which are other tribes, right, the Indians them, the trail of blood of them left are slaves from Africa come over here, right? This man we have plagued the earth, yo. What them do to the Chinese? What the British to the Chinese? What them try to do to Vietnam? Right, you see that? What them do to Hiroshima and Nagasaki? See? This man just come on the earth, yo. This man the plague of the earth.
Moon with blood.
Right, that?
Verse 7. The whole earth is at rest
Done.
and is quiet. They break forth into singing.
He said the whole world is at rest and it's quiet and break forth into singing. Right? At last this man gone from we. Go ahead.
Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee,
He said the fir trees to try to talk about nations. Go ahead. The cedars of Lebanon.
and
go
the
ahead.
cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down,
Right.
no fellow is come up against
He
us.
said, yeah, he says, since thou art laid down, no fellows come up against us. No, do mine, no, even though the Lord come back, the Lord that come rule the rod of iron, yo, but the Lord that rule in righteousness.
Done.
Right? So the Lord now go push for impose certain nasty laws like faggotry,
Homosexuality.
homosexuality, bestiality, them trans madness.
Done.
Right? The Lord now push them thing there, yo. The Lord that push healthy eating. Right? In terms, the Lord that push righteousness in terms of, as lifestyle, as simple as farming.
Done.
Right? How you farm the land.
Scripture tells you to beat your
You show your
weapons.
man,
You know when the Lord time saying beat your weapons
in the plowshares and
gun.
right? The Lord that come back come promote civil living, yo. Right? Even as when you go down to servants, how you treat servants.
Gun.
Right? That's how the Lord come back come promote. Right? So even though the Lord I go rule the rod of iron, it's gonna be a righteous kingdom, yo.
And it's Isaiah 2:2. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established
Right?
in the top of the mountain,
Can.
And shall-
Pant up the government, that will be the ruling government, go ahead.
and shall be exalted above the hills,
Right?
and all nations shall flow unto it.
Right?
And many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord.
Because it's going to be more glorious. The Jerusalem is going to be more glorious than America, yo. Right? It's going to be more glorious than America. Right? Everybody look forward to come up and have a tribute, yo. Right, Doc?
To the house of Yahweh, or Hashem Yahushai, of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways,
Fine.
and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law,
Right.
and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
Right.
And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares,
Right.
and their swords and their spears into pruning hooks.
Right.
Nation shall not lift up sword against nation,
Right.
neither shall they learn war anymore.
Right. The earth will come to total peace, yo. Right. There's going to be no need for nobody to learn war anymore. Right. That's why I'm saying they beat them swords into plowshares and pruning hooks. Right. To farm the land, yo. Right. That's what we want to move on to. So you people might look on way and say, yo, you know, we out there and we are devil and whatever you want to call it. But this is how we are look forward to, yo. We are look forward to a better life than this.
Righteous living.
For
people, man.
Right, well, if you are righteous living for people, yo, and we'll come out and we'll tell you this. You know, you look down upon us and you call on shame or whatever. But I tell you this, when the time comes when you people face your judgment, right, this is the reason why we rejoice. We are going to rejoice knowing that after this has passed, we are moved forward into a righteous kingdom, yo. Go ahead,
This is 2 Peter 3 and verse 12 says, looking for and hasting
Right.
unto the coming of the day of Yahweh,
Right,
wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
right,
Nevertheless, we according to his promise look for a new heavens
Right.
and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
perfect precept, precept. That's what I look forward to. We look forward to that New Jerusalem, yo, where righteousness are going to flow forever. Right, so when this society I come to a crash, I come to a halt, and I get ready to burn, you know, we're happy for that, yo. Because we know where I come after. You know, I will speak about, you know, we can speak about hope, right? Because that's how we hope to come, right? That's how we have faith in it, yo, the promise, right? You people have hope that it shall continue, and as soon as it crash, as soon as it ends, you know, that is it for you, yo.
Isaiah 1 verse 24 says, therefore saith the Lord, the Lord of hosts, the mighty one of Israel, how I will ease me of mine adversaries and avenge me of mine enemies,
Right.
and I will turn my hand upon thee and purely purge away thy dross and take away thy sin. And I will restore thy judges as at the first, and thy counselors as at the beginning.
Right.
Afterward thou shalt be called the city of righteousness, the faithful city.
Right, and no, we are known as a city of twerkers, right, and looters, right, and you know, they have we as robbers and you know, thieves and bullies, right. We're the scum of the earth right now.
That's right, man.
Right, but we're going to be known as a city of righteousness, yo. Right, we're going to be the standard for every person on the planet, yo. Right. The least in the kingdom are going better than everybody else outside, yo.
Right, man.
Least of Israel.
The least of Israel, that is. Can. Right.
This is 2 14 and verse 6 said, and all the nations shall turn and fear
Can.
the Lord Yahweh truly, and shall bury their idols. So shall all nations praise the Lord, and his people shall confess Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. The Lord shall exalt his people, and all those which love the Lord Yahweh in truth and justice shall rejoice, showing mercy to our virgin.
Right. He said that first of all, they might go fear. Right? Because after what happened to the man who oppressed them, which is the so-called white man, how the Lord get rid of him, seeing people that go fear, yo. Other nations that go fear. And they might come up and reverence not only the Lord, right, but all his people, yo. They might go reverence. Can. Can.
Job,
All right, go ahead.
Job 3 and 14. With kings and counselors of the earth, which blind desolate place and for themselves, or with prince that had gold, or fill their houses with silver, or as the hidden and kindly bird has not been, as infant which never saw light. There the wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary be at rest. There the prisoner rest together. They hear not the voice of the oppressor. The small and the great are there, and the servant is free from his master.
I think I appreciate actually I talk about the spirit world. In the spirit world still.
Yeah.
See in the spirit I talk about in the heavens, you know? Right.
This is Zechariah 8 verse 23. So thus said the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of our language and our nation, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew,
Right.
saying, we will go with you,
Right.
for we have heard that God is with you.
Right. That's how important that man will be out. See, that's how important man will be. People just want to follow you. Hey, you think Michael Jackson they have fame? See, you think Michael Jackson is powerful? In terms of people have fame and them thing, the least of the kingdom are going to be way more famous than Michael Jackson.
This is Zephaniah 3 verse 18 says, I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assembly, who are of thee, to whom the reproach of it was a burden. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that hearted, and gather her that was driven out.
Right.
And I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame.
Right, and you know, thinking about it, you can just imagine the praise. We have to follow the prophets, yo. The men them with the on this side. I profess the Lord, yo. I profess the Lord, how about you know, shy? Right? Them money are gonna be on top of everybody else, yo. Right? If 10 man would hold the garment of a regular Israelite that pass through, yeah, then twice as amount I go hold the garment of one of the prophets, yo. Of one of the elect. Can. Big thing there.
Says verse 20 says, at that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all the people of the earth. When I turn back your captivity before your eyes, said the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
So right now we get put to shame, yo.
Right, man.
Right now as people with up on the low. But the Lord say man make us a praise in every land, yo. Right? We're not going to put to shame anymore. You know, it's not going to be like walking now white neighborhood and people in the call the cops.
I'm run back here.
You know, it's not going to be like that. I call the cops. Why actually I do your stuff. Our man sticks up with gun. No.
Yeah.
Right? If you so-called venture in a neighborhood anywhere in the world, you know, people are going to run, come and throw flowers and give you food. That's the life I expect you.
According to what I said, according to the scripture, I said, basically we're going to make this more exciting and more glorious because we've been put to shame for so long. And them thinking that men when them see the eyes and boys could never be the prophets.
Yes, that's what I say. Oh,
There
was
strange of salvation.
We fools are counted in life as
Nothing.
Right. Right, and that can go for fool people out here too. Because, you know, we saw one funny quote this man on Twitter. You know, about 12 man from the bank corner. You know, but them take with life for foolishness and nothing, yo. That's why I should have said that. You find it? Bring it out, Doc.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 5 verse 1 says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
They shall be troubled with terrible fear because they know the things that them say about it. Right? They know the things that them do. They know the way they treat it. See? So that's why they're going to be ashamed with terrible fear because they don't know how we are going to react to that, yo.
Glorious way because when we dip on the low and being beaten down, more accept it when you get that
all of what the Lord promised us.
Yes.
And I mean, when you get that, you have to accept it more.
Can.
You have to appreciate it.
You appreciate it more, yo.
So far beyond all that they look for, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision,
Right.
and a proverb of reproach.
Can.
We fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor.
Can.
How is he numbered among the children of Yahweh, and his lot is among the saints?
Can.
Right,
And mark these words because these words are prophecy, yo. People are going to actually utter them words, yo.
Man,
People are going to actually utter them. Yeah, people people say that.
That's why the scripture in 2 Corinthians 15, it says, fear not the imagination against thee.
Can.
And let not them things of them trouble thee that speak against thee, man. See, I'm not care how them look upon what state them all upon us or how carry yourself or yo, the man is a madman. Like this like when I say the madman them on the bank corner.
As I can say, you know,
Yeah.
people already start say, I've been at the region, you know,
Yeah,
and we are
can.
mad men. Seems that they must set up themselves for this prophecy fall upon their head, yo.
man.
And one of the things that they're going to fear, you know, because the scripture said, when the enemy rush in like a flood, the
Can.
Lord has set up a standard. Right? The scripture also said, can find it to say, then shall my...
Then shall I be known
I don't want to know. I'll find out one day. That's another matter. Find out one day.
Oh yeah, that's 2 Corinthians 16. And
Yeah. Then shall I know who am I chosen.
Right. That's reason.
this is 2 Corinthians 16. Start of verse 71. It says, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying.
Man, guess that why?
It's like 2 Corinthians 16 and 71 says, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord.
God.
For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Hear, O ye my beloved, said the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, is your guide.
Right. So when the persecution starts, right? That's when the enemy are rushing you, right? But the Lord said, then shall ye know who am I chosen, because I must set up a standard with him chosen, and it's going to be evident. Said them I chosen you.
The Lord said, laugh at your calamity.
Right. That's a lot of deliver. That's a lot of deliver from that, yo.
Can.
Right? And we can back it up even more. The scripture said, wisdom and knowledge shall be a stability of thy time and strength of salvation. And it also said, he said, in that time, a man shall be more precious than the fine gold of Ophir. Right? Which man? The man of the Lord, yo. Right? The scripture, and we can keep on going. The scripture says in Isaiah 4, he said, yo, he said 7 women shall take hold unto one man, saying, and eat our own bread, save it to be called by their name. Why shall I say that?
That's the elect men.
Because the elect men, yo. Right? The scripture also say again, you can find one from it, so that my people shall do it. Find that one.
Psalm 110.
Yeah.
Can.
Says this is Psalms 110 verse 1 says, the Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou at thy right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool. The Lord shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion. Rule thou in the midst of thine enemies.
Right.
Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power.
So thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. Right? When the Most High, given the Yahweh Ba'ashem shall exalt it and make it known that these men are my elect. They are the ones that have kept the word of my patience.
My chosen.
My chosen ones. Right? You people are going to be willing, yo. Right.
That's why they might follow East, you know.
They might follow power.
Can.
We don't have the force now. You know what I mean? we come back to the knowledge, of course, but men of one nation have no power.
Yeah.
So they don't follow himself. So we get back that power, everybody will
follow suit.
So the Lord has set up the elect men. So everybody will follow in order.
God. That's how you do it, you know, as the two proverb go. It says, so the head of the people, you know, so the tail.
Yeah.
You know, if you head of the river dirty, then the whole stream of dirty. So you fix the head first, yo.
You just put spin. Yeah, you just spin on one, eh?
Yeah, so the rule of the spread.
Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, in the beauties of holiness, from the womb of the morning, towards the dew of thy mouth.
Who are youth? Towards thy youth.
So Slack says, towards the dew of thy youth. Said,
The scripture said, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall rise up with wings like an eagle, man.
God.
So with that, I close it off.
Okay.
I know, reach that time. So with that, I say all praises and honor to Yahweh. And the brothers, the apostles and elders of Great Stone. Shalom to all our brothers out there push this through, continue to push this through because pretty soon, we're going to leave this wicked society. See, shalom.
Shalom.